By the way, question for you. Is this too much? Do you like this? Because somebody can be looking at saying you're strong arming using tariffs to, you're almost using it as a way to corner somebody, to force them to give something to you. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's ways to punish somebody.
Yeah.
Is this crossing the line a little bit? Is this too much of using it as a weapon? Because I don't know. I love. I'm a big tariff guy. I think I love it. You study the history of tariffs. America for many years, the only way they paid for anything was just tariffs for many, many years. And we're talking only 80, 90, 100 years ago, until we just added all these taxes after Woodrow Wilson, things changed. But to really use this to say, you better give me Greenland or else I'm going to put tariffs on you. Do you like that? Who's willing to take the opposing argument on that? Like not liking that?
I mean, the tariffs as a tactic here?
Yeah, I using it as a tariff. I understand the argument to saying, you don't do this, I'm going to do this to you.
Yep.
And then they're going to be like, wait a minute, what do you mean? You're just doing this to us because we're not giving you Greenland? Yes. It's like, wait, so then what happens is, if you're EU, think about if you're EU. Say you lose this due to tariffs. How many more times can that tactic be used against you?
Yeah.
That's a concern.
Give us Poland. Give us this. Give us that. I don't know. There's a part of me that understands bullying to get things you want, which this is it. And you're expanding. I want Greenland in a very big way. I get it. We need the reserves, the resources long term. How do you feel about it, Elon?
So my perspective is we don't necessarily have to acquire Greenland to have more control of Greenland. And so he might just be playing a game here, trying to put pressure behind closed doors. Everyone knows that Denmark's not going to be able, the EU's not going to be able to protect Greenland if push comes to shove. So Trump usually does something very, very overboard to get a strong response, so that when you settle for the thing he actually wanted all along, it's a negotiating tactic. That he got what he wanted, and now it feels like a concession on both parts. It's like going into a real estate deal and offering significantly lower than your final bid.
I'm with you on this. I'll just say this. So let's ask a series of questions of what Trump's doing. Is Trump serious about buying Greenland or doing something with Greenland? Yes. Check. Okay. Is he stopping or doing it more over the last month? It's more and more and more. Is he slowing down? No. Is Trump a deal maker?
Yes.
Resoundingly. Is Trump basically signaling, guys, we're going to do a deal whether you like it or not?
Yeah.
Whether I got to marry Miss Greenland and bring her to America, and whether I got to do something, I'm letting you know. Be prepared to do a deal. We can do this, like he said, the easy way or the not so easy way. I'm betting on Trump. That's the last question. Are you betting on Trump to do a deal here or not? Check, check, check. I think Trump is going to make some deal happen.
Check, 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 check.
Benny.
No, you both of you guys make a really good point.
Once he saw Miss Greenland, he's like, let's do the deal.
Yeah, but you made a really, really good point, and that's such a good observation that he goes for the gusto to make everybody go, oh my God. But then he's like, all right, we're just going to do this. We're going to set up shop. I definitely like that, and I think the Miss Greenland 2024 is just a cherry on top.
Yeah,
God bless her.
This could also, because if you think about it, how many times, every chance he gets when a topic comes about tariffs, he brings up the what? The Supreme Court ruling.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed that? Every single time he brings it up. Why are you bringing it up? Why are you bringing it up? Would he bring it up if he was 100% sure they're not going to do anything? Would he bring it up if he knew that there's talks of maybe 2 or 3 people going against it? What happens if Supreme Court rules against the tariffs?
I know.
Well, he's a king, and we don't want kings here, so he can do what he wants. No, he has to abide by the Supreme
Court rules against tariffs, which I don't think is going to happen, but if they do 5-4, then what happens?
What does Kalshi say?
Can you pull it up, Rob?
5-4 against, meaning you're done with the tariffs.
Yeah. Because Kalshi's got him taking over Greenland at 37%. It's the highest it's ever been. I think it's the highest it's been.
Yeah, but take Trump, give the points.
Yeah, trade prices.
Take the Canes with the points.
What's that?
He said take Trump with the points is what he said. football reference.
I wonder, is that it, Rob? Will the Supreme Court rule in favor of Trump's tariffs?
They're saying no.
It's at 35%. So
That's not good.
That's not good at all. But do they understand like how damaging
$4 million bucks, by the way.
It's been put up. $4 million put up by people
that are
putting their prediction out there.
That is horrible, guys.
That's really horrible.
You know what that means? That means they're taking over. That's like saying you got a military, you want to attack the enemy. You have 1,000 tanks, and the Supreme Court says you can't use the tanks.
Yeah.
What do you mean? We're going to war. You can't use the tanks. It's one of my weapons. You can't use it. So that is a night and day strategic. Like knowing Trump, he uses one of his biggest cards he's been using.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like this.
You know what?
See, to me, I want to be able to have him use this, but I don't know if I want to have him use it in
like abuse it
to take over a land.
But again, I don't know if that's his. I don't know if his full end game is full acquisition of Greenland. I don't know. If
I don't know if it is or it's not, but to me, it's irrelevant because what you're doing is what weapon are you using to get it?
Yeah.
So imagine if Supreme Court's having a conversation right now. They're sitting in a room, they're talking. You know, 4 of them are on his side. I'm willing to bet it's the one person that is conflicted. Amy Coney Barrett, what's her name? Am I saying it correct? I think she is the one that could go against it.
She doesn't like Trump.
I think she could be the one. Rob, can you pull up the current Supreme Court justice, all 9 of them? I think she could go against it, and she's gone against them a couple times, I believe, in the past. Right there, Rob. Right, you just had the list. It's fine. Zoom in. Okay, so you got Clarence Thomas, got it. Sonia Sotomayor, we know where she's at. Samuel Alito, Alina Kagan. Yeah, Amy Coney Barrett. So you guys, is he at 5-4 right now, Tom, or 6-3?
No, it's
so
6-3.
1 and 2, Thomas and Alito is known as the hard right and the loyalist. And then you have 5 and 6, Gorsuch and Kavanaugh are seen as the solid right. And then you have ACB and Chief Justice John Roberts. And those are a bit of a wild card right now. But right now it's 4-3 because you have the liberal women,
Ketanji Jackson,
Soto,
who doesn't know what a woman is.
Yeah, Soto, Kagan, and Jackson. So 3 liberal women, 4 locked conservatives, and then ACB and John Roberts.
Hey, by the way, Tom, would you have, we've not looked at the cow sheet about Supreme Court with tariffs. Would you have guessed it would have been that low to support him?
No, I think it's 37% to overturn.
To overturn?
Correct.
Or to support?
I think the cow sheet
Go
on
back
that
to the
was-
question, Rob. Will the Supreme Court rule in favor, Tom, not overturn?
Oh, 35. Oh,
No,
yeah.
the reason I asked to go to couch is I saw this the other day and I was like, whoa.
Tom, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Would you have guessed it's going to be this low?
No.
I would have thought
That's why I wanted to bring it up.
65%
Yeah.
towards
This is.
that's scary.
So
what
what
this is
I'm saying is
saying-
if the Supreme Court guys are sitting in a room talking and saying Omi Coney Barrett, ACB, Tom calls it because they're on texting.
They know each
Yeah,
other
So
very
ACB
well.
So kind of like,
With
so
ACB, yeah,
if
you know me.
ACB,
Good old ACB.
yeah, you
never
know
heard
me,
that.
right?
I've never heard that
She was
in my
just a
life.
district judge.
But if ACB is sitting there and she says, "Did you guys just see what he did? You guys think it's okay for him to use the tariffs to get Greenland? I mean, at one point, is he going to stop? Are we okay?" I think she would use that
For sure.
in the room to convince the other one to say, "You know what? I can't." But then guess what? Watch this. How much money have we collected from tariffs so far, Rob? How much money has U.S. collected from tariffs so far?
Is it? I thought he
I
said
thought the number's
trillion.
$300 billion, but let's see. How much has the U.S. collected from tariff? Like tariff revenue so far. Let's see what it is under Trump. There you go. So let's see this here. We've seen 240. I've seen 300. It's the same, 200 billion. Tariffs collected between January and mid-December. Okay, 200. So fiscal year 195 to 217. But he kept climbing, right? If you go month by month by month.
264 as of late December.
264.
That's fantastic.
Can we see
Okay.
a graph
So
on
almost
this, Rob? It
300
might be
billion.
easier
That's
to-
almost 300 billion. So then here becomes a question. Can you then ask the question, Rob, if Supreme Court rules against it, does Trump have to return that $264 billion of tariffs back to their country? Is that what happens? Is that like
Great
a
question.
chargeback? Man, if it's a chargeback, that
Yeah,
is a
clawback?
Listen, if you've been in the insurance business,
Yeah.
you do not want any
Yeah,
chargeback.
you don't want that stuff.
Have you ever had a $264 billion chargeback?
No.
Okay, let's say the U.S. would not automatically need to send any. Refunds would go to U.S. importers, American companies who paid the tariffs, only if the courts specific rule. Refunds, here's what. Tariffs are paid by U.S. importers, U.S. government, not by foreign governments. So the money would flow to U.S. companies, then to U.S. Treasury, foreign countries, U.S. If the Supreme Court ruled the tariffs were illegal, 3 possible outcomes. Most likely outcome, no retroactive refunds. Okay.
Yeah.
So at least you would keep the 264, whatever the number is.
By the way, look at the bottom. Remember, Walmart sued.
B, partial refunds only to plaintiffs. Only companies that sued. Oh, so they did that as a insurance policy.
Yeah.
Correct.
It wasn't just them. There was one other company that did as well. Okay, so this would mean some U.S. companies get money back. Not everyone, not foreign governments. Full refunds. Congress or courts could order broader refunds, but refunds would go to the U.S. importers, not to China, Mexico, EU. These would create a massive budget holes and chaos, so courts usually avoid this. Important reality check. Even if every dollar was refunded, money goes to American companies. Money does not go to foreign. Well, that's good to know. Blow a $200 billion hole in Treasury, stabilize. In the craziest way, the stock market would blow up in a single day. It would go to the roof in a day. But at the same time, you'd lose control. And for me, it would make me so concerned that a U.S. president cannot use tariffs. So other countries can choose to put the tariffs on us, but we can't put it on them?
That's weird.
That's very weird to me. What's the point of being a president?
Yeah, and it's hard to see an outcome where we can be tariffed and we can't tariff back. You'd have completely asymmetrical tariffs.
Tom, how is that even possible?
Look, so what people have to remember is that this is not a court case that the Supreme Court is ruling in finality. Here's what I mean. You know, company gets sued, they take it to appeal court because they don't want to pay for it, like asbestos. They don't want to pay for it. So they take it to appellate court. Then they take it, First Circuit Court of Appeals. Then they go up one more level. Then they go to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court says, no, sorry, you have to pay the result of the lawsuit on asbestos. You're done, and it's over. What this is saying, it's the way the Trump executed the tariffs this time.
Oh.
And the Supreme Court comes back, and you've heard Scott Bessent. You can search for the quotes from Scott Bessent that says, we have other ways to reinforce the tariffs. This is not going to be the end of it. Bessent has said, well, we have other options at our disposal, and we have other ways that we can do this. If the Supreme Court says we can't do this, we have other executive orders and other things that we could do that follow other international and trade laws. So this is not like the asbestos case, Pat, that said, Supreme Court said, enough already. Asbestos causes cancer, $500 billion, better go into that victims fund. And the Supreme Court has ruled, we're done here. No, this merely means this method and this item that has been protested in this way. But Bessent has said, hey, we got other ways we can do this. So
other ways to do tariffs?
Other ways that we can tariff, other ways that we can reinforce the tariffs.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Well, what he's saying is, you're saying that I can't tariff it in this way, like this. There are other things we can do that achieve the same objective.
Such as what?
Well, sure, you can go, if you're talking about Bessent and commerce, you can basically, throw down import quotas. You can put restrictions. There's a variety of the R word that nobody likes, regulation, that can be used the other way. It's not pretty, but when you find the quotes
But it's not as black and white as tariffs, though, Tom.
Huh?
It's not as black and white as tariffs. Tariffs to me is very easy.
That's
25%. What do you mean?
That's correct.
25%, that's what we're doing. By the way, do you realize who celebrates
over with the Supreme Court?
Well, do you know who celebrates? You're saying what?
The point is, this isn't going to be over with the Supreme
Court.
Tom,
37%, and Trump
35.
keeps bringing it up. The only reason he brings it up is because he's worried it's not going to pass.
Yeah. Right, because now it gets bloody.
It's the only reason. By the way, I looked at the companies that sued for the tariffs. Ford Motor Company, they sued. GM, Chrysler, Tesla. Tesla also sued. Courts of rules sued denied tariffs exclusion, but that wasn't. And they won. That was an older one, though. That was an older one. That was an older one. But Walmart did. Home Depot, a couple other companies did. I want to see which one, Rob. Can you pull up which one of them sued the Trump administration in the last 12 months? Are these the companies last 12 months, Rob? Go a little bit lower just to look at this. trying to see which U.S. companies sued Trump for the tariffs the last 12 months. I want to know who those companies were, because Tesla may have been under Biden that they sued him. Last 12 months, Costco was one. That's the one. Costco sued for refunds of tariffs paid and to challenge tariff authority. So Costco is betting that they're not going to go through and they're going to get the refunds back, because they know if they don't sue, they won't get the money to be back. So they just kind of put it in there. Goodyear Tire, J. Crew, Toyota, GoPro, and then you have Bumblebee Foods, and there's a couple other companies that...
There's some huge companies on there. I wonder what the total lawsuit, if you took everyone into account, would come up to.
Well, it's probably going to be, $30, $40 billion. I mean, it's not going to be that big of a number. It's still going to be somewhere between $10 or $30 billion. But I cannot stand this at all.
Yep.
I cannot stand. You know what it's like? It's kind of like when I became, when I was the founder CEO of the insurance company, and we raised capital, $10 million, and the investor, the board would call me and say, any purchases you make over $100,000, you got to call us. I said, I'm not calling you. So no, you have to call us. I said, I'm telling you, I'm not calling you. You have to call us. I am not calling you. So Tom and them go back and forth to raise the number. I said, listen, you're going to have to raise it to $500,000. I'm not calling you every decision I make. I'm running the company. You cannot call. Well, can you just at least send an email to us when you're making a decision about $500,000? I said, we'll send an email. Tom will send it to you, but I'm not calling you for permission. Mm-hmm. You'll get an email. If the driver, the CEO, loses...
Yeah, if you lose faith in the guy that's running the show,
he just has no more power. Sorry.
No, it's power. Right. How do you not have the ability to make decisions to negotiate? And by the way, guess what? If it's a horrible decision, well, then the market will react, and he's not going to get reelected.
Yeah.
But you have to allow him. Guess what? What did Biden do? Biden opened up the border. What happened? Millions showed up. What happened to him? He stepped down. NSVP ran. She got destroyed. Everybody laughed at her. The biggest laughing stock in our lifetime of a candidate was Kamala Harris.
Yep.
And the biggest laughing stock as a president, Jimmy Carter, just lived long enough to be able to say, I am not the worst president in the last 80 years.
And he voted for Kamala.
And he voted for Kamala. Yes.
Before he died. But they wheeled his corpse out.
I don't like this at all. And by the way, you know what's funny when we're talking about this? Let me kind of give you guys an update, because we deal with products that are coming from different places. Our shoes, Future Looks Bright shoes. You know what happened last week? Let me tell you what happened last week with Future Looks Bright shoes. And Rob, if you can pull up that Instagram I just sent you, just last week, we shipped out and delivered 182 white FLB shoes, 127 navy blue FLB shoes.
Wow.
Just so you know where we are right now, we're on our 4th order, and shoes keep selling out. Do you know in black, what are the only sizes we have available right now? If somebody wants to order right now to be shipped now.
9.
Only size 9 and 10. Brown is only size 9 and 10. White, we have all sizes except for 7, 7.5, and 8.5, and 13. We have all the other whites because they just came in. Navy blue, the only ones available today is 9, 10, and 11. The only ones available. If you order right now, you have to wait 2 to 4 weeks for the shoes to come to you in the next shipment. But by the way, here's what happens. So people are like, I'll wait till then. Then it sells out again. What, Vinny, are you wearing the shoes?
I mean, I don't look funny, but...
This is all I can tell you. Since September 10th, only 5 days I've not worn this. This is a guy that just posted this video. Rob, do you have these
As a matter
video?
of fact, that's the
Can
first
you play it
time
or
he's
no?
removed the shoe.
Watch this. Okay, this guy ordered the shoes. They came in. Nice presentation. I want to properly recognize his name. I'm loving all these tags. I'm getting tagged on so many of these shoes that are coming in.
Boom.
Yasser Valdez, who just placed the order for these shoes. And look what he put in the tweet, Rob, if you want to, in the DM. Go zoom in a little bit to the bottom. He says, these shoes are so comfortable that my Ferragamos are jealous because I'm not using them anymore. I had the black ones at the vault, now the white ones. So you had the black ones, now the white ones came in after we wore it. Rob, maybe play the clip for the shoes because of what's going on, if you have it, Rob, or the crew in the back. So the FLB shoes, we're excited, but guess what? We also are paying tariffs, just so you know, as the shoes are coming back and forth.
I was going to see where you're going with this.
Yeah,
okay.
that's where I was going with this. Rob, go ahead and play the clip. When we set out to create a shoe that blends comfort, function, and luxury, We had the choice to make it fast. We had the choice to make it cheap. We chose neither. Instead, we chose Tuscany, Italy. We chose true Italian craftsmanship, each pair touched by 50 skilled hands. We chose patience, spending 2 years perfecting every detail, and we chose the finest quality at every step. Introducing the Future Looks Bright collection. Not rushed, not disposable, not ordinary. Rather, intentional, luxurious, timeless. I love it.
What
Absolutely.
a trip. What a trip. What a shoe.
I am in love with this shoe, man. I can't even tell you how much I love this shoe. Go to vtmerch.com, folks. Place your order or pre-order or get it for somebody. And the white ones look sick. The white ones are absolutely sick. But, of course, you got the black, brown, navy blue, and the white one to choose from.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in Vinny.
Why?
Let me see your shoes, buddy.
Are they?
You wear them every single day.
I'm wearing them on the podcast all the time.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
They're ridiculously clean.
Because I keep them clean.
But look at our friend PBD, our boss, our mentor.
I saw him play soccer. He was playing soccer.
You can't help him out and clean it. Help him clean his shoe.
He wears them
Vinny,
everywhere.
Be a good friend.
He was in the garden. He had freaking FLBs on, bro.
Let me tell you something. I'm very selective. I'm going to come out and say this because you've bought me some Ferragamos. Thank you very much. This is my favorite shoe I've ever had, and I'll tell you why. You could dress them up, or you could dress them down.
Mm-hmm.
You can wear them with a suit, or you can wear them with whatever H&M outfit Vinny's got going on right now.
Good call.
Tom's,
It's kind of surprising,
Tom's
Adam. I
doing
thought shining Pat shoes was your job.
Oh!
That's literally your job, Tom. Literally. You got a little brown stuff on your nose right now. But, Vinny, do our friend a favor. Help him clean his shoe.
I got you. I got it. It's one
Anyways,
spray.
okay, I don't know where Adam went with that, folks, but go to
It's the best shoe
vtmerch.com.
in the market.
Promoting the shoes.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.